might not even expect to make it this far, right? And some people who made some big upsets to make it this far to get to the positions that they're in the bracket. But we're starting out with two people who are no surprise to see here, and two characters that are no surprise here. Let's get it started. Game 1, Pokemon Stadium 2, Apollokage and Epic Gabriel. We're going to get it going. Best of 5 on loser side of top 8.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how Gabe is going to be able to handle all of this chip damage and the entirety of the crowd already getting super loud for their hometown hero right now. But already we're going to see such an explosive start. Finds the Nair into the forward air, and here we go. Gabe's starting to cook here. Just like Tiger Boy said in the intro, Cheese Master Gabe is here to play.
And he is definitely somebody capable of doing that. That's how he's gotten so deep in this bracket too, right? That punish game has been on point all weekend for him. And that back air is going to put him in a great position to try and get it started. Forward air not strong enough to break AK out of Cypher, but that up air, a great follow on that juggle. First blood goes to Epic Gabriel, but it doesn't last long. Apollokage strikes back quick.
Absolutely. I'm loving the way that both of these players are playing super aggressive. I always say that Apollokage Snake plays so hybrid, right? Goes back into the defensive mode at times, but once AK goes in, finding a lot of the aerials in just like that. It's so exciting and so crazy to watch here. Right now, though, Gabe has taken so much chip damage here. The up air from Apollokage won't just do it just yet, but still, here we go. Gabe, once again, getting a beautiful reversal here, Kimona.
Yeah, I was about to call Apollokage the grenade technician, but you see Epic Gabriel making use of them as well, turning it into a combo, but forward tilt does set up with a Nikita. Great idea to laser right there at ground level from Epic Gabriel, knowing that Nikita is such a pain, even for a character with a great recovery like R.O.B. But you can't escape from the fact that you do have that big body. And I'm not just talking about R.O.B.'s big jokes here. You got big explosions to contend with as well, and Apollokage is really leveraging that stage control right now.
Beautifully placed back air by Epic Gabe. At this point, we are an edge guard right here, but still, Apollokage now going to be forced to ledge.
No.
And it would have been an Apollokage set, everybody, if we just didn't have a tactical miss error on that C4.
A tactical espionage action, and he was so sneaky that he didn't even see where his own C4 was. But again, like you said, not uncommon to see that with an AK set. He is all in or all out right now, trying to find his way to get back into this one. With the R.O.B. at 167, it only takes a grab or something to get that kill confirmed, but Epic Gabe taken to the skies, not even giving Apollokage a chance, chasing him into the air, a little bit of a juggle and some extra damage to boot.
Absolutely, really great placing by Gabe right now, but still, there's the forward tilt, going to be able to even things up. 93% on Snake, definitely not something that's too impossible here, but now we're going to see the slowdown in terms of momentum. AK on the verge of blowing himself up again, but here we go. Down tilt, just going to throw out the grenade, and Gabe recognizes the position that he's in and actually just going to back up and wait for Apollokage to get a little bit more antsy out of the corner.
Like how we also saw that back air, tossed the grenade into it and said, yeah, this is just going to blow up. That time C4 coming in for his own favor, finding some trouble getting off the ledge, but that quick commit from Epic Gabe giving Apollokage a huge opportunity right here. Had Epic Gabriel juggled but couldn't get anything finished off in that situation. Sitting at 126. Definitely could lose this stock soon if he's not careful about his next approach.
Ooh, okay, the explosion's going to allow for AK to find the back air right through there. Gabe going high right now. Apollokage trying to find the mark, but it will be Epic Gabe sneaking in another back air there to go up 1-0 in the set.
And plenty of those, using them to great effect, calling out that Apollokage is kind of hovering in that mid-air zone a lot, usually trying to cover with that grenade, just holding it in hand and then saying, for most people, you're going to have difficulty contesting with me here because you try to hit me, you're also going to hit the grenade most likely. We're going to trade, and I love that. But not only are those trades not as effective against R.O.B., but also if Epic Gabriel starts calling it out with things like that back here, he can outspace from that grenade in the first place. And with a kill move like that, does put himself up 1-0 as we go back to Pokemon Stadium 2.
I wouldn't expect us to go anywhere else, right? We, as zoners, love to go to Pokemon Stadium 2. It allows for us to really kind of space things out. Here comes Apollokage, though, trying to get something started. And once again, Kimona, I feel like all day we've seen kind of a very interesting slowdown in terms of neutral from all of our competitors. Still, though, a lot of chip damage coming out on both sides here. Gabe trying to find the down air, excuse me, not going to be able to find it.
Really big for Gabe right there that one of the first hits of that up air knocked that grenade out of AK's hands too, because by the time that big final hitbox comes out, it could detonate on you, right? And then you could give yourself a bad situation as the R.O.B. player, but that RNG coming in big for him and maintaining a pretty solid lead right now. Straight 50, but AK's got him back in the corner.
Yeah, one of the things that I love about Apollokage is the movement, right? The way that AK's trying to loop in those back airs as they come, but now we're going to see a little bit more corner gameplay from AK as we're just getting set up here. Still, okay, now Gabe trying to get something started too, but the neutral is so back and forth, Kimona.
These two have really not given a whole lot of ground. Like you said, this game is slowed down a little bit because they are trying to be very careful about how many of those big opportunities they're giving to each other. Well, I love that turnaround, B reverse, gyro.
Yes.
Right out of the shield, hitting AK, and then turning that into a stock as well. Beautiful movement from Epic Gabriel. Technical skill on point for him.
Absolutely. Got to also call out the fact that Epic Gabe is now throwing out down air hitboxes to stop a lot of the approaches from Apollokage in here. Still finds a forward air, gets a little bit of help from the gyro assist as well. Going for the burner boost up to try and find an option, but the grenade going to bail Apollokage out at least for a moment. Still living the R.O.B up air, going for another one, but Apollokage going to be able to at least land to the platform. And now still going to be eating a back air to the face.
That is huge. Epic Gabriel going up by 2 stocks right now. And AK still doesn't have him in guaranteed kill confirm percents. And man, Epic Gabriel's stage control is ridiculous right now. And puts an exclamation point on a 3 stock to go up 2-0.
That one's gotta hurt. The last time these two played was actually at a Midwest regional called Sweet Spot. It was 1-3 Apollokage taking it over Epic Gabe. So we're already looking at the improvement from set to set here. 2-0 right now for Gabe. If it's any player who's going to tap into that anime protagonist energy right now, it is 100% Apollokage. I would love to see this go to a game 5, but Gabe is playing hot right now.
Straw hats off. It's time to focus. We're going to Smashville here for game 3. I love this idea for Apollokage, thinking, right, okay, Snake has so many good close quarters options, and if I can get Epic Gabriel up on that platform, maybe I can control the game a little bit more. So you're going to see a lot of these projectiles from Apollokage, the grenades, the C4, tossed out under and on top of that platform. Question is, how is Epic Gabe going to be able to deal with it? And I think the more key question is, can Apollokage get control of the game and not let this advantage start rolling for Gabe? Because once it starts, it just don't stop. It's like opening a bag of Lay's.
It's kind of crazy here to think about how well Gabe is playing around all of the projectiles too. Going to eat the C4 right now. Apollokage going to be able to find the reversal here, but we got to get stock off now. The air dodge, the Nikita hit still goes through, but not a stock just yet. Still waiting out for the Nair, and still Gabe is just holding on to advantage so well. AK finally going to be able to respond though.
Crowd coming alive as he does, though. Game going back to even. They would love to see the hometown hero continue on in this bracket. Got a mountain to climb, but Apollokage, if there's anything you could say about him, he is not afraid of a mountain or a trench.
Absolutely not. Still, though, you were talking about this center platform, Kimona, and we're seeing a little bit more kind of action on it right now, but once again, AK, I feel like, is just getting launched left, right, I mean, coast to coast at this point, and now Epic Gabe still once again lined up perfectly, has gyro ready to go, trying to find the jump to find the back air, but still nothing.
Epic Gabe trying to wait for that grenade detonation, but he decided, no, you know what? I'm just going to cash out for this down throw, even if it doesn't KO. And speaking of KOs, Apollokage almost really wiped the rug out from under the feet of Epic Gabriel. Nonetheless, that R.O.B is barely able to live with the slightly taller blast zones on Smashville.
That's what I love about Apollokage gameplay, right? The ability for him to kind of sneak some swag right in there, sometimes when you're just not expecting it at all, but still 2 stocks to 2 right now. Gabe still looking for the option, going for the up air, not going to be able to find it. Apollokage once again has just been going from left, right this entire game.
Yet Epic Gabriel has been tracking him every which way, not giving him an avenue to land. And actually, I think reacting to that C4 Q, jumping out of the way. R.O.B has a great jump that he can use to quickly create some distance there. And Apollokage not able to find that up tilt to take the stock. So Epic Gabriel maintaining the lead right now. Only 1 stock away from closing out a 3-0 on the bastion of St. Louis.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely do not want to be in this position if you're AK right now. And still, I love the way that Gabe is still approaching here, still being the one that's the initiator on a lot of these interactions right now. AK lined up, though. If we can get this R.O.B out of here as fast as possible, it's going to be looking better for us here. But now, I mean, Epic Gabe finding the Nair, finding the forward air, going for the cheeky down air, but still AK taking his time sweet off stage.
Still hoping that Epic Gabe will land near enough for him to land one of these quick CQC options, but that's one of the beautiful things that Epic Gabriel has done throughout this whole set. He has almost never landed in range, as I was saying it, of a forward tilt or an up tilt, but Apollokage finally landed a parry and found one. Takes Epic Gabe to last stock. He's done this a couple times, but now he finally needs to close one out.
especially on a smaller stage too. Kimona can get very tricky here. AK going in for it, not going to be able to find it though. So here comes Epic Gabe, still trying to stack on some more damage here as Apollokage being so tricky with some of these B-reverse grenade pulls right now. Still, once again, now we're seeing a little bit more of a dance around the stage. Finds the C4 explosion, cannot find the up air to go with, and now Apollokage going to be stuck on ledge. I mean, Gabe looking for the up air, it's not going to be there.
Apollokage really moving right now, though. You can see that he's finally hit his stride. Question is it too little, too late? The only way that you know for sure it's too late is if he doesn't take this game 3. He has got to find his way back into this set. Grenade does not open up. Epic Gabe right there. Both of these guys go back to neutral.
I gotta say, you gotta call out where the C4 is. It did come into play at certain points right now. Apollokage getting a nice little wall of explosives ready to go, but it's so hard to track down where Gabe is exactly going. And will be able to find the mark. Kimona, this set goes on.
Just barely, and we saw that C4 bite Apollokage back a couple times, but this time he shows his teeth and bites back at Epic Gabriel with that C4 that, I'm going to be honest, I didn't remember it was there. Neither did Epic Gabriel, trying to find some refuge in the corner of Smashville, but couldn't find it. And that's one of the big reasons why Apollokage wanted this stage, is because of situations like this where Epic Gabriel goes into the disadvantage and can't get out.
I love the way that St. Louis is literally standing on chairs, trying to get the rallying cry behind their hero, saying Scoobert Dubert over and over again. Once again, this set has been nothing but explosive and exciting, Kimona.
Crazy how just one little meme phrase can become the rallying cry for an entire city, and yet St. Louis's own stays alive. Apollokage getting one on the board here against Epic Gabriel, but the fight does not end there. You see that Gabe, a little bit incensed about the way that last game ended, has started off pretty strong, but like I said, it seemed like Apollokage finally hit his stride in that game 3, and that has continued thus far as we start off game 4.
I'm loving the way also that Apollokage actually retreating to the Smashville platform there to get Nikita set up. It goes to show, but oh my goodness, the hardest of reads and the hardest of stocks, Kimona.
He put that boot right to the head, and he put that robot right in the blast zone. A great recovery from Apollokage back on stage. He is just blooming with confidence right now with the R.O.B in the corner. Here's some more big damage for you, kid.
Oh, the Nair actually going to beat out the up smash there, but still, once again, Apollo chasing down with the back air. Nikita not going to be doing much here, but great Nair to get back on stage. If you're Gabe right now, still great parries, but still Gabe holding so well. Has to get this stock off and will find the forward air.
Yeah, not a whole lot Snake can do down there without his double jump to quickly get up with that Nikita, or rather with the Cypher. Obviously, Epic Gabriel out there with R.O.B. You can hover out there basically as long as you want, and that's exactly what he did. Take that stock from Apollokage, but still a little bit of fighting left for him to do. He is racking up that damage again. Smashville's ceiling coming in clutch to save Epic Gabriel, but here comes the C4 again, and Apollokage might be on the verge of sending us to a game 5.
I feel like Apollokage was just kind of asleep at the wheel, and then all of a sudden we're awake again. The explosions, the chip damage. This part about Snake sometimes makes Snake so hard to fight. Look at Gabe, though, trying to get something started, but my goodness, the back throw potentially into the C4 confirmed. We know Apollokage is feeling himself.
Trying to be very careful on the platform there. There's that grenade trade that he is always happy to take. Would love to hold on to this stock as long as possible, but Epic Gabe takes him up the top. So one stock apiece right now as the R.O.B retreats to the corner. But look at that. This is Epic Gabriel we're talking about. He will get back to being aggressive as quickly as he possibly can.
Gotta watch out, though. Already took a little bit of damage from that C4. Apollokage approaching. Once again, the B-reverse grenades being very, very elusive with the movement. Gabe only finding the Nair and still finding the forward air after that. I mean, we got to talk about the gyro has not come into play too often. AK handling it very, very well.
I mean, there's so many things that he's adapted to really well over the course of this set. We're going to have to see if it can pay off for him. Again, if he loses one more game, then he is out of the tournament. He needs to stay alive and send this to a game 5 against Epic Gabe. And that grenade buying him a little bit of time. The booster burners of R.O.B detonating that with that fire hitbox for a tilt. It's going to be enough. St. Louis, we're going to a game 5.
Oh my goodness, you can feel the energy in the room. We have in-house commentary as well, so I know they can hear us over the speakers too. This is all about Gabe though right now. You have to calm down. Things are starting to kind of snowball out of turn and out of hand here. We're on the stage select screen, so I want to see exactly where we're going to go. What do you think about going back to Smashville?
You know, I would like to save my thoughts for later because right now the crowd is on when I say Scoobert, you say Doobert, Scoobert, Doobert mode. And it is just a wave of energy that is poured back in here. I mean, even halfway through that Game 3, it felt like all of the energy had been sucked out of the entire venue, but now life brought back into it as we go back to Smashville, where Apollokage has won the last 2 games, but Epic Gabriel, holding on to his pride, says, let's run it back one more time. Game 5, the deciding one to see who is going to move on and who is going to be out at 7th.
Already an interesting start here. Gabe will be the one that gets first blood. Apollokage going high, but Gabe ready to go with the forward air. Still definitely does not want to let Apollokage get anything set up right now. But once again, both of these players really good at returning to neutral here. AK plucking a couple grenades, but now still going to be able to get the back air off of the grenade hit. Once again, the style with AK is what makes him so fun to watch.
And he is happy to just keep on trading with that R.O.B, forcing Epic Gabe into that shield and forcing him to just hover above that platform. This is a big opportunity for Gabe, though. No double jump for Apollokage, but mixing up that recovery and then mixing him up on the shield, getting off another first stock. And those with the lead have been really flourishing in this set.
Yeah, absolutely. 133, though, on Apollokage at this point. Epic Gabe needs to find a way to get another one of those back airs in. We saw Gabe really kind of thread the needle really well earlier, catching Apollokage in a lot of jumps with those, but going for the burner. Great air dodge by AK. Even a little bit of the reversal here with double back air, but now Gabe once again wanting nothing to do with it, still trying to reset, but cannot find a way in.
Gabe is just in the blender right now. He has not found a way to get through this barrage of hitboxes from Apollokage. Back air putting in overtime work for Snake. Even the Cypher hitting away the gyro. We're taken to the skies to find our way back down to the ground, and even sniping out the timing of that grab, spot dodging it perfectly and just knocking him away with that first hit of the forward tilt. Apollokage just seems unbeatable right now.
Absolutely. Still, though, Gabe trying to find a way back in here, looking for the nair, looking for something, but you know St. Louis is looking for their hero to continue on in this tournament. 182, looking potentially for the up air, but AK has been so crazy off of the dismount from the Cypher. We're up 3 stocks to 1.
The crowd getting loud and the people are behind him. Smash his own anime protagonist, 1 stock away from pulling off a reverse 3-0 to keep the hopes and dreams of his entire city alive. And he is continuing to rack up this damage on the R.O.B.
Oh my goodness, so much rage too to gotta consider. Still, okay, trying to pick up the gyro. It's okay, AK. I also struggle with picking up the gyro sometimes too. Still, there's the explosives there. Once again, AK at 200%. Only on the first stock. Sure, we get this stock out of here right now, Pomona, but now you have to go through 2 more and you're already above 40%.
But remember what we said, even with AK working with all of the momentum, Epic Gabe is one of the cheese masters with R.O.B, and that's no insult. In fact, that's a compliment. That means he knows how to blow up your stock so quickly. Even if you've got C4 and grenades, I can blow you up just as effectively, and he's looking for it with that gyro to start it.
Yeah, the gyro placement there was really good by Gabe too. A lot of the times R.O.Bs love to get their gyro hits into the forward smashes, but right now, gotta look at it, gotta call it out. It was only just now that Gabe actually took percent on this last stock here. Still going high in the sky at this one. AK trying to get into position, but once again, the grenades being best friends. C4 right there is going to prop Gabe up, still going to be able to live it out, but here comes the up